Hello everyone, I'm Ryan Zoner from Algo Communication Products, and today I'm going to walk through Algo's suite of IP endpoints and how together they build a very powerful communication system for education organizations. So in today's discussion, we're going to go into a very brief overview of who Algo is, the products that we make. I'll talk a little bit about some of the trends that we're seeing in education, why organizations are looking for products like ours. I'm going to give you a sample of what a standard education deployment looks like, what we see in a school, where products are being deployed, how they're being used. I'm going to quickly unpack a couple of those solutions. A few of those I have on the table here in front of me, and I'll go through those, explain their role in the education ecosystem. And lastly, I'll just finish with some of the key features in our products that make it seamlessly effective in an education environment. So first things first, if you're not familiar with Algo, we're a leading manufacturer of IP endpoints for voice paging, emergency alerting, and secure door entry. These three applications are commonly required in education organizations. We've been at this for a long time, been developing hardware since the 60s, and all products that we have are North American designed and manufactured. And everything you're seeing here in this presentation and everything you're seeing here on this table is designed to work seamlessly with your leading unified communication platforms. So we've been tested and certified with over 60 platforms, and I'll go into that a little bit more through the presentation. So to start, I'd like to explain how we fit into the education market. So typically organizations that are looking at Algo solutions have a critical need. Most common, this is going to be something critical for day-to-day operations, for safety, or for security. This might be day-to-day voice paging, allowing the administration and teachers to communicate within a school. This may be alerting of bells, schedules, or this might be more emergency-based situations like lockdown, shelter in place, and bad weather warnings. So that's one of the critical things organizations are looking for. The next, they're looking for something that has seamless compatibility with their unified communications platform. Whether that's Zoom, Microsoft Teams, RingCentral, GoTo, or any of the 60 platforms we're compatible with, they're looking for endpoints that are going to fit nicely in the communication ecosystem in which they've already invested with. And then finally, they're looking for devices that fit their technology transformation. These are organizations that have committed to transitioning to IP solutions. They're looking for devices that are network configurable, manageable on the network, and they're going to be simple to deploy. They're going to be PoE powered, easily managed on their network. And then finally, that have high quality solutions in voice, data, and security. So what we find is education organizations that are looking for these three things. They have a critical need, they want it to seamlessly integrate with their compatibility, and as part of their technology transformation, they're looking at Algo endpoints to build out their communication ecosystem. So our education endpoints fit into four buckets. We have IP speakers, some of those are on the table in front of me here today. IP intercoms for secure door entry, IP paging adapters to integrate and bring in legacy analog speakers, and then visual alerters to combine the audible communication with visual notification with lights, screens, and messages. These endpoints together build up a holistic ecosystem of communication devices. So while I go through this today, I will be explaining individual devices, but I would remind everybody that together this builds a system. And what we're aiming to do is put together multiple blocks into building one powerful communication tool. Okay, so today what I would like to do is I'd like to start with the end in mind. What I'm showing you here today is a typical school deployment. And this is indicative of what we would see in a K-12 education environment. What you're seeing on the screen is a sample school. You're seeing a couple classrooms, an administration office, cafeteria, hallways, gym, outdoor space. And this is indicative of what might be a school, and you may have 50 classrooms, you may have less, but this is going to showcase how we can pull together multiple Algo IP endpoints to build a strong communication ecosystem. And what we're seeing here is how we can bring 8 different endpoints together to cover all of the communication endpoints that an organization might need. So what we're seeing here is in the classrooms, we're seeing classroom speakers that are giving you daily messages, going to be giving you voice paging, maybe giving you a clock. We're also seeing call buttons on the classroom wall, which allow teachers to engage with administration and start two-way talk. And I'll go through how two-way talk works in some of the Algo speakers. In hallways, we're seeing ceiling speakers to allow voice paging and communication across the open environments within the school. In the gym, we're going to be seeing hard, durable horn speakers that are able to withstand the tough environments of the gym, same as what we're seeing outside being outdoor rated speakers. In the cafeteria, we're seeing display speakers that'll have key messages, daily announcements, notifications for the school. At exterior doors, we're seeing intercoms. And in the administration office, we're seeing the paging adapter and scheduler, where you can control daily bell schedules, notification, and other elements. Ultimately, what you're seeing here on this slide is how we can bring together the Algo endpoints and build a communication tool. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim to unpack 4 of the key products that are on the slides here today, explain how they work in education, what some of the key functionalities are of that product, and then how we can go into some of the features of the product to get the most out of them. So the first I want to talk about is the 8410 IP display speaker, and that's the product we have right in front of me here on the table. This product is really comprised of 3 core parts. It has a 15.6-inch HD LCD screen, ultra wide angle viewing on that screen so it can be viewed from multiple angles. This allows you to put up very customizable, flexible messages, and that can range from just day-to-day simple messages like time, date, daily announcements. That may range for notifications in the school if we have a special day, if we have a pep rally, if we have a sports event of the day. And it may also cover emergency notification, scrolling text, lockdown activities like that. This also includes high-performance wideband speakers. This is going to give you highly intelligible audio. This is a very, very loud product, giving you total output over 100 dB. And we have a multicolor high-intensity LED flasher to get the attention of occupants in the building, should we need to do that. So as you're seeing on the product here in front of me today, this might be where the product would sit, day-to-day activity, not too much is happening. But if we had bad weather incoming and we needed to initiate notification to all the occupants of the building, we may initiate a change to this screen where we put on a bad weather warning and we initiate the need for students to lock down, shelter in place, and take care of their conditions. That's one example. We may also need to go into a lockdown scenario and we can provide the same activity. What you're seeing here are the strobes and the screens. Of course, this will be complemented with audio out of the speaker, giving you loud communication to the occupants of the building. So tremendous flexibility with this product. And what we are seeing organizations do is deploy these speakers directly in the classrooms, giving great communications to the teachers and the students in the classroom. And we have a 2-sided version of this, the 8420, which we're seeing being deployed in hallways to give communication up and down the hall, in corridors, and in large spaces. The next product that I have on the table here in front of me is the 8190S IP classroom speaker. This is an interesting product that integrates 4 key parts. First, it has a high visibility NTP clock. This is useful in the classroom to describe what time it is of the day. It replaces the need to have an independent clock. With network time protocol, this is always going to be up to date and on the right time. It includes multicolor LED strobe lights. You're seeing this one here with blue, but it's also going to have 4 other colors that it can notify and use for different messages. It has high-performance wideband speakers, much like the 8410 in front of me. In this case, it has a line array of speakers, which is optimizing the communication to make sure the messages are being hit and heard by the students. And then last, it has an integrated call button on the bottom. That allows a teacher to initiate a voice call. An important thing about all Algo speakers is that all Algo speakers contain an embedded microphone. I'm going to go into this feature a little bit more later, but the main 2 purposes of this are to initiate 2-way audio between the speaker and an administration area, or to use ambient noise detection where that microphone can detect the noise in the room and automatically adjust the speaker volume or decrease the speaker volume. This is being commonly deployed in classrooms. It's robust, it's durable, very similar to what we see in the 8410, but a more of an audio forward solution, whereas the 8410 is going to be more of your visual forward solution. So depending on the education's priorities, they may dictate one product or the other. Next, what I want to talk about is what's in front of me here is our 8198 IP Ceiling Speaker. So one of the most critical parts of an education communication system is the overhead paging system. And this might be used for the day-to-day messages of bell schedules, announcements, daily messages, but it's also often used when there's an emergency situation. So this speaker is designed with high performance audio. It's going to ensure that messages are clear, crisp, heard and understood at all points in time. is going to give you sufficiently loud volume in many, many different spaces. This device particularly is PoE Plus powered, and it comes with Algo's proprietary satellite speaker technology. What this allows you to do is to add on up to 3 additional ceiling speakers in a daisy chain fashion. This means with one network drop, you can have up to 4 ceiling speakers. This is going to significantly reduce education customers' costs of networking. They will not consume as many switch ports, as many SIP licenses, and you won't need as many network drops. Very popular for organizations in hallways, cafeterias, large open environments where the satellite technology is going to give you the better cost while you have full IP functionality. And then very much like the other products, this speaker also has an embedded microphone. Sometimes that is used for talkback. In the ceiling speakers, what it is most often used for is detecting that ambient noise. In education customers, what we will see is at recess, it will be very, very, very loud. During silent reading time, it can be quite quiet. And if we want to make sure messages are appropriately heard and not too jarring, then during recess, it's going to make sure it increases its volume to a sufficient level. And during silent reading time, it's going to decrease its volume to a specific level. The administrator has all the abilities to control maximum, minimums, whether that feature wants to be used or not, but it can be quite powerful in an education organization where ambient noise is very variable. And then the last product I want to go through I have here is our 8301 IP paging adapter. This product here is a very, very functional, versatile device. And there's really 2 key things about this product that I want to go through. First, this product can link together an IP system and legacy paging amplifiers and speakers. This is a common application if an education client has existing speakers, they're functional, but they no longer can integrate with their unified communication system. The organization may have migrated to a new UC system, whether that's Zoom, Teams, GoTo, RingCentral, and they need those speakers to integrate. The 8301 will SIP register into these new platforms, and it will provide balanced line output to the legacy amplifier. In addition to that, it comes with a variety of features that are commonly used either in that environment or in a full IP environment. The first of those is an embedded bell scheduler. This gives you the ability to build schedules, calendars, that in a school is really, really important of when class time may start, lunch period may end, or any of your other daily notifications. This can be set up so they happen on weekdays and not on weekends. You can build recurrency, exactly what you would expect in an ongoing scheduling tool. So with this in place, you can control all of your scheduling across your communication ecosystem with this device as the master scheduler. Also in this device and other devices, and I'll go through this feature in the feature overview, is the ability to multicast. And with multicasting, this device can control a lot of the key messages that are going out to the communication ecosystem. So these are 4 of the key products that we often see being deployed to education clients. Together, these make very, very powerful communication solutions. There are other products that customers may look for. They may look for things like horn speakers, intercoms. All of those exist within the Algo ecosystem. All of those are completely functional and compatible in an education client. What I would like to do now, though, is I'd like to go into some of the key features that we see in these products that are particularly applicable for education clients and that make the Algo product so valuable in these organizations. So the first is going to be multicasting, what I had just talked about. So many of you will be familiar with the functionality of multicast. This is the ability for one device to send out a message and many other devices to receive that message. So we will talk about having multicast senders and multicast receivers. In the diagram on the screen here, what we're seeing is the multicast sender is that 8301 IP paging adapter, and the receivers are the 8410. What this means is one SIP call, one initiation to this 8301 can then trigger notification to many devices across that ecosystem. It could be many devices of the same type. It could be many different devices. That multicast stream could go to an 8410, it could go to a ceiling speaker, go to a classroom speaker. It can hit all of these devices. What this allows us to do is sync together our entire communication ecosystem and make sure all messages are delivered at the same time and to all parts of the building. This also gives you full ability to create unlimited zones within your organization. You may want to have zones for certain class grades. You may want to have zones for outdoors versus indoors, common areas versus classrooms. All of that can be set up with different multicasting groups. Multicasting is one of the things that makes the most powerful functionality unlocked in the Algo products. You're able to get the most out of the products by configuring multiple groups with multiple messages at multiple times. So very, very powerful and also incredibly simple to set up, manage, no additional costs, just part of all the products. The next feature I want to talk about is two-way talk. And I've talked about this a couple times. Every Algo speaker that you see here has an embedded microphone. In the example on the screen, what you're seeing is the 8190S, which has the embedded microphone and the embedded call button. With this two-way talk feature, two-way talk can be initiated from the device, and it can allow you to open up a call with maybe the administration office, with another device, or a client. What you're seeing is the ability to communicate, as it says, to a computer. That might be to a Teams client. You're seeing that communicating to a device that may be another IP endpoint, or you're seeing that to a phone and then maybe a phone on the administrator's office. What this allows a teacher to do or administrator to do is initiate voice communication, hands-free. Often this will be something where a teacher may need help or support. Perhaps there's a medical incident in the room. The teacher can initiate this with the press of a call button, ask administration to send help into that room. It may also be as simple as teachers are looking to communicate when they should be heading to an activity. When is it my turn to head down for picture day? They can then open up these conversations and ensure they're happening seamlessly, easily, and quickly. So two-way talk available across all of the products. The other feature associated with the internal microphone on the device is ambient noise response. And in education, this is super, super, super helpful. So I talked about it a little bit before, but I think this diagram really brings it to life. The embedded microphone in any of the devices, if activated and asked to use for ambient noise response, will detect the ambient noise in the room. And if the noise level is quite low, it can turn down the volume of that speaker. If the ambient noise is quite loud, it can turn up the volume of the speaker. And this can be happening across all devices within your organization. So you may have classrooms that are very quiet, that need to be turned down, hallways that are very loud, that need to be turned up. These speakers are using their ambient noise detection to then compensate for the specific environment that they are in to make sure messages are heard and delivered effectively. And the last feature I want to go into is advanced scheduling. As I talked about, the 8301 paging adapter and scheduler has an embedded scheduler within that. You have the ability to set up whatever schedules you may like. Commonly in education clients, the first schedule we're going to see are the daily bells, set up Monday through Friday, different times through the day, whether that is class change, lunchtime, recess, end of day. What we're also seeing is daily notifications that may be set up, reminders of safety precautions or different details that are needed within the organization. Because this device also has multicast, these embedded messages can be stored within the memory of this device. When the scheduler decides it is time to activate, maybe 9 a.m., we are going to play the daily morning announcement. It will grab that internal file. It can broadcast that via multicast, and all of the devices on your premise can then receive that multicast and play that message simultaneously. This is a very powerful yet simple way to align communication across the organization. So that's a quick snapshot through the Algo endpoints, how they work in an education client. But I'd like to maybe just summarize some of the key things for education and how Algo products come together. The first I should say is these are products that are built for education. Products like this 8190S, 8410, they have been thought of for the classroom, for the hallway, for teachers, for administrators, to deliver the most critical messages that they need within an education environment. That's why we have products that have embedded clocks for daily in classrooms. That's why we have the ability to have scrolling text, alerts, notification. They are designed for education. The next is that everything seamlessly integrates into your UC environment. All products are SIP enabled, multicast capable, and they can integrate into over 60 different UC platforms from some of the largest, including Zoom, Teams, RingCentral, GoTo, you name it. And then last, there's powerful functionality. I've talked about 4 features within these products. There are dozens and dozens of features that make these products powerful. Things from audio control to visual control to network functionality, network security. All of that is embedded and built into these products. Holistically, these Algo products together help you build a strong communication system across education clients. We've been working hard with many clients across North America to find ways to optimize and design these, and we're seeing tremendous success as organizations embrace not these as just an endpoint, but as a holistic communication ecosystem. Thank you all so much for the time today. On the slide here, you're going to see some key information to contact the Algo team, pre-sales, and technical support. Our team is here to work with you and help you understand how Algo endpoints can be deployed across education clients. We've seen tremendous success using these endpoints, not just as individual endpoints, but a holistic ecosystem. So feel free to reach out to us. Our team will be happy to engage with you, walk through the different features, functionalities of the product. Thank you all so much for the time today, and have a great day.